Good morning, everyone. So wonderful to be with you and to have you join with us in this opportunity that life has presented us. So, with this realization that it is life, I invite you to join with me that we together can join with the heavenly host who is gathered to be with us, feel their presence, accept their guidance, allow their wisdom to enter into our receptive awareness, and that any and all things that we may have as needs, we open ourselves with that realization that what we ask for, we do receive. So take this time, if you will, to ask for anything. Be open and receptive. And thank you. All right, let us begin. Distraction. I know you're not familiar with it because it never occurs in your life. So, with that in mind, I thought I just might bring it to your attention so far as what the dictionary has to say about distraction. On one hand, they say it's an extreme agitation of the mind or emotions. And then they say it's a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something else. But the definition that really got my attention was distraction is a process of diverting the attention of an individual or group from a desired area of focus and thereby blocking or diminishing the reception of desired information. What does that say about distraction? Have any ring to what's happening in our world today? Yes, it does. But let's look at it, shall we? It's really nothing new. Distraction's been around for a long time, for thousands of years. Matter of fact, we can even go back and read what others had to say about distraction. Plato, 2,500 years ago, was aware of distraction affecting people back then. So his awareness was, hey, look, this is happening to you because you are allowing yourself to be taken away. So you need to bring yourself back to, and then, of course, whatever to is. So being undistractable, the skill of the century. Imagine if you fully developed this skill of being undistractable. That would mean that you'd have the power to live with personal integrity in everything that you engaged in. But then again, what do we mean by distraction? A lot of people think that the opposite of distraction is focus. And that's close, but look, the root word of distraction is traction. Well, distraction, attraction. So look and see that traction means to pull, to pull, pull toward or pull away. Attraction to pull toward, distraction to pull away. So you look at that and you see that attraction is an action that pulls you toward what you want to do. Distraction then is anything that pulls you away from something that you plan to do or that you're not doing with intent. So it helps to get clear about the inner workings of the stuff that goes on inside our mind that affects the choices that we make in life. And of course, then you see, all right, what's causing you to become attracted or what's causing you to become distracted. Look at the triggers that are in our lives right now. The pings, the dings, the rings, anything in your environment that prompts you toward either being, okay, I need to take care of that, or, oh, what's that all about? So you're either attracted or distracted by these things. And these are the external triggers that are happening. But What most of us don't realize is that the external triggers and the external distractions happen because of something that's going on already inside of us. You see, this thing called distraction happens within us. And because it happens within us, we're already programmed and we're already receptive to the external distractions. So, why do we get distracted? What's the cause of this? It's interesting, but the thing that's discovered to be the reason why we choose distraction is because we want to avoid discomfort. If you're not paying attention, then you're not aware of what's happening inside of you that's prompting this internal trigger to be activated to where you then choose distraction to avoid the discomfort. Okay, you're feeling lonely? Check out Facebook. You're uncertain? Go to Google. You're bored? Go to the news. Okay, check sports, Reddit, Pinterest, whatever. All of these things are created to help you with these uncomfortable sensations so that you find yourself being led into another reality by following that lead. So the deal is, if we don't face this fact that we're trying to escape an uncomfortable sensation when we become distracted, if we don't understand it and learn new methods to cope with the discomfort, we're always going to defer, to default, to distraction. And that's because of habit. That's because we have become, I'd even go so far as to say, addicted. We've become addicted to our distractions instead of choosing new methods to cope with the discomfort. And like I said, back in Plato's time, and even before, it was recognized. But the thing is that the world wisdom traditions have always offered a solution. And it's a valuable secret for us to recognize is available to us right now. Because what we're talking about is an undisciplined mind. An undisciplined mind will run in all directions. It'll go here, it'll go there. It will take you all over the place. So, what's the cause for an undisciplined mind? It's losing sight of who we really are. You see, if we don't have a really deep, meaningful relationship with who we truly are, our true nature, then we find we are nowhere near operating from a place of clarity. We think we're conscious, but we're really unconscious. And because we are unconscious, we feel that we are a puppet to the outside demands and pressures from the world out there. That comes first because we don't see ourselves as being primary. We see ourselves as being secondary. And many times the reason we take that secondary position is because we have operating low self-esteem. We don't believe we're capable of it. We're feeling insecure. We're feeling fearful. We're anxious. We're worried. We're following anything and everything but going to the true source of power, and that is the power within. So, distraction. Why is distraction up and running today? Why is it operative in you, and what can you do about it? You see, the solution to all of this is finding out who you really are. And who you really are is a conscious agent who can choose at any time to live from the level of the true self. But in order for that to be a reality for you, you have to be willing to discover your true self. You have to be willing to discipline the mind, and that's where meditation again rises to the surface, begins to be the agent of transformation it's designed to be if we employ it and are willing to stay with it and get through the stuff that's offering up resistance from within so that we can recognize it for what it is. We can then dismiss it and replace it with a developing relationship with our true nature that gives us confidence, that gives us courage, that gives us a clarity that does not exist when you are allowing yourself to be distracted. So, my encouragement, of course, is commit to the practice of meditation. Give it a whirl. Take your mind to this level where clarity is natural and effortless. Getting there will be a challenge. And then again, maybe it will be a snap. But I'll say from personal experience, oftentimes it's a challenge. But I know that it's worthwhile the effort because once I get through the distractions, I then find I am entering into a place of inner calm, inner serenity, a place where I realize all is well. The settled mind, that's what we're talking about. It is the most capable of meeting the demands of today because it is guided from within. So, just a few little helps along the way. I encourage you, keep away from negative influences. Don't let them latch on to you. Center yourself several times a day whenever you feel distracted or unsettled. Go outside and experience the calm and inspiration of nature. And are we ever being afforded the opportunity to have spring reunite with the rains that are visiting us now? And by the same, don't be tied down by other people's opinions and attitudes. If other people are saying, oh, you don't want to go outside, it's scary. Oh, you don't want to associate with other people. Immerse yourself in what is going to lift you up and not the bad news of the world's chaotic condition. And please remember, provide yourself with pure food, pure water, pure air. So vitally important for your health and well being. And all of this is working around to why we do this. What's happening? Why do we choose distraction? Why do we allow it? Because we're afraid to face ourselves. We're afraid we're afraid to recognize the powerful being we are. So there's that part of us, that egoic part of us, who's afraid to lose control over us and knows that if we start and do follow through and find a connection and a meaningful connection with our true nature, that it has right then and there lost its ability to distract us with the thoughts and the feelings that come from, now follow this if you will, from a belief that you are the historical self that you have lived, past tense, which means this is an encouragement to pay attention to how you're holding on to the past. And if you're holding on to the past, to look and see what resistance do I have operating that's keeping me attached to it. I have worked with so many people and some who have said, okay, I recognize this. Okay, I'm going to face my past. Okay, I'm going to forgive those in my past. As well as I have met those who have said, no, I am not going to forgive. You did me wrong. You hurt me. You're the reason I'm suffering right now. Failing to realize, no, that's not true. If you're suffering right now, you're the cause of your own suffering. You're believing you are the historical past when you're not. You're living an illusion. So I'm saying to all of you, look and see that this is the ground where distraction works and works so well. Because you're not forgiving, you're holding on to the past, you're maintaining a historical belief in yourself, and you're involved in avoidance, denial, and fear. I know I ran over those three as if they're insignificant. They are absolutely the most powerful detriments to your sense of self and well being. So look and see what's being employed, just bringing this distraction to a place of what's happening in our world right now. The news, the media, are sources of audio and video portrayals of density and distortion. They are keeping you mesmerized with fear and uncertainty, which is a deliberate weakening of your own self reliance. This is keeping you locked down in low self esteem, and this is also keeping you in that place of isolation where you don't have the connection with others in a personal contact way, where you're able to bring these things forward and bring light to them. So, bring it right down to be here now. Be present. I'm not saying go into a state of denial and not allow things to come to you, but be present with them when they do. And bring them up and say, is this a distraction? Or am I being given some type of inspirational information that's attracting me to discover more of who I am, or perhaps helping me to discover who I am not? So it really comes down to the only time we have right now is now. All of the things happen in the now, whether it's past, present, or future. So, distraction. It is the process of diverting the attention of an individual or a group from a desired area of focus and thereby blocking or diminishing the reception of desired information. What is your desired information? To know that you are a radiant being of light who has come here to live your light and not be swept away by fear. Thank you so much for your attention. Look forward to connecting again. Goodbye for now. Oh, yes. Thank you. One more item that up to now, well, I've just totally forgotten about it, and that is donation. We are a nonprofit organization, and while we've been in this period of lockdown, what is it called? Shelter in place, lockdown. We haven't even asked for donations. But today I'm going to say, if you like the message that you've heard, if you want to help us, help you, help yourself to where then we are working together as a unified awakening body of awareness, please donate. The Rodin Foundation.org. Okay, the Rodin Foundation.org. All right, I stumbled through that sufficiently. Thank you.